Hello there, you delightful individuals, you happy-go-lucky scamps of humankind. Welcome back to the wonderful world of thirst and vanity. This was the week that I wasn't meant to be doing any kind of videos. This was the week where, like, this Thursday, Friday, I am going away with my partner. It's been really busy as I've been catching up after everything with Ken and everything like that. It's been a bit chaotic. However, I have just finished live streaming over on Twitch, and it turns out that the Alien Romulus trailer has just dropped. Now, I did a reaction to the teaser before. I thought that was the full trailer, but it turns out that it was just a teaser. And now the full trailer has just dropped. Not only was it dropped in the Discord and just people being like tagging me, ValenVain, ValenVain, but also my housemate literally came into the room as soon as I finished stream and was like, hey, you need to watch this. You need to watch this. And I was like, okay. So I don't know what I'm expecting. The teaser made me believe it was going to be really, really good. It had a lot of atmosphere in those, few seconds. It was like a 20-30 second teaser. So I was expecting it to be like a really, really intense, atmospheric kind of ambience. I am a big Alien fan, for those people that don't know. I love the Alien franchise. I've read a whole load of the animated novels. I've read a whole load of the books. I know a lot about it. And as a result, I have a tumultuous set of opinions based around the movie franchise. Bit of a background, love the first movie. It is a work of absolute art. Second movie, love it as well, but in a very different way. First movie is very much sci-fi horror. Second movie is very much a sci-fi action movie. I even enjoyed the third movie. Controversial, I know, but I enjoyed the third movie. It was an interesting take on the genetics of the xenomorphs, but also how do you deal with that situation in that environment. I don't want to give too much away for those people that might not have seen it and what have you. And then pretty much after that, it goes desperately downhill. Not a fan of all of the other things. Also, don't mind all of the different versions of ValenVain around me. Ken brings out all of the different versions of ValenVain, and I had to put them somewhere. Okay. So I really love the Alien franchise. I really love the books. I really love the mythos and the origin stories. One of the reasons why I really struggled with Prometheus was because it didn't make sense to me. I feel like Prometheus is a fantastic science fiction movie, just a terrible alien movie. Like, if it was a science fiction movie by itself, it would have been a great science fiction movie. But because it's part of the Alien universe, it becomes immediately, it's all right, it's okay. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit into what I know and love about the whole universe, but all right, I suppose. Fine. However, the Alien Romulus teaser gave me hope in the franchise. It gave me genuine hope. I went into it expecting it to be very, all right, let's see how it goes. Let's see what happens here. And the way that they have painted the atmosphere really made me think they'd taken inspiration from Alien Isolation, the computer game, in building the atmosphere, building the universe, and really emphasizing that sort of science fiction horror again. Obviously, you've got to do it slightly differently because everyone knows what a xenomorph looks like now. Everyone knows what a facehugger looks like now. Everyone knows how they work and how they act. So you don't have that initial raw terror anymore. But you do have other things that you can play with, other elements of building suspense, building an atmosphere, building tension that will inevitably cause unreasonable levels of science fiction terror. Or at least that's the plan. However, I don't know what to expect. Maybe the teaser trailer was luring us into a false sense of security. Maybe the teaser gave us all of the good bits and that's it now. And now we're going to find out, because I got no idea. This is the Alien Romulus trailer. Okay? Without further ado, let's get into it.
Is this really where you want to spend the rest of your life?
You know I don't.
then this is our only ticket out of here.
Okay. 20 seconds in. I'm going to try not to stop it and start it too much throughout this because I know it annoys people, but I want to give genuine reactions and I want to feed back as I'm going through it. So you're going to have to deal with it. All right. First reactions. Oh my God, the computer graphics are amazing. The atmosphere of that initial sort of scene, it has given me a lot of faith in the stylization of the cinematography. Loving that. Big fan of this. I'm genuinely quite excited to see where they go with that. The main cast that we've seen are all very young, which is not necessarily a problem by any stretch of the imagination, but they don't feel like seasoned workers. Like with Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3, and even like Alien Isolation, when the games and stuff like that, all of the characters felt like they were workers. They were old enough to have gone through education and gone on to fall into the corporation of Weyland-Yutani, you know? They were young, but not too young. These people feel very, very young. But let's assume that well, let's not assume. Let's go in with an open mind. Okay. My faith has been restored. My faith has been restored. What was that? Oh. Ah. Oh, okay. Oh. So the atmosphere is the picture is beautiful, is exquisite. The atmosphere is fantastic. They've really harked back to certain elements of the previous movies. The weird laser mist they've got going on, where you know full well that that's all to do with the alien eggs and stuff like that. And then this sort of light that shines through your internal organs and shows, yes, okay, all right, whatever doubts I had about the youth of the casting has been very much pushed aside, because this even just at 49 seconds in, this looks excellent. This looks absolutely sensational. Okay, let's...
What's happening?
There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the
I don't
water?
know, there's just something in the fucking water. Fucking thing's hunting us.
Open the door, come on.
Run.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Well, that was excellent. That was excellent. I'm a little bit astounded. First of all, the fact... Oh, right, where do I even begin? First of all, the fact that they have brought in the alien, the xenomorph that we all know and love, and yet it barely was in the trailer. It was literally just alluded to, and even though we know what it looks like, we know how it acts, we know how it attacks, it felt threatening. It felt like a genuine threat. The whole, oh, it's hunting us. It's like, well, obviously, yeah, it's hunting you. You get that stuff. But the way that they portrayed it felt like a genuine threat. The cinematography is exquisite. The way that they literally did that whole in space, no one can hear you, and then just had it as tinnitus style ringing in your ears, because in space, no one can hear you scream. That was exquisite. That was picturesque and beautiful and fantastic cinematography and direction. The way, I can't even begin to describe how exquisite that is. There was also a thing there where they were floating through space and it looked like there was just like big streams of alien blood everywhere, as if one of them had been blown up in space and their blood had splattered everywhere, but one of the characters seemed to be floating as if towards it. So I feel like they've been really inventive. It's like they have taken everything we know about aliens and gone, cool, what hasn't been done yet? What hasn't been done, and not in a cheesy, quirky, okay, oh, we're going to go beyond the realms of imagination and create this entirely new mythos around the aliens. It's, right, let's look at what's available and how we adapt that availability into something that people haven't seen yet. The underwater face huggers. That's terrifying. That is genuinely terrifying. Having that little moment where the face hugger is right around that guy's face and he's desperately trying to keep it off. The tension that I immediately felt. I have knots in my shoulders from that specific scene alone. And then been like, right, okay, what else can we do? Here's a massive hole. And it's very rare that I get genuinely excited about a movie. And I do mean that. I don't tend to get excited about movies because there isn't many franchises out there that excite me enough to become excited about a movie. I would also say that this one had much more of a challenge to it because of how I have felt let down by some of the previous movies in the Alien franchise. But I genuinely think I might see if this is available at the IMAX or something like that, because I am that excited about this movie. I'm apprehensive. I'll be openly saying I'm apprehensive about the youthfulness of the main cast. They don't feel like your seasoned workers. They don't feel like some of the relatability that we got with the first 3 movies. They were all haggard individuals. Like, all the characters were older and haggard, and they'd been through life, and they were just doing what they needed to for their jobs and to survive, and they felt like much more down-to-earth individuals. These ones feel much younger, and I don't know whether that's because I'm an older individual now and therefore I don't relate to them quite as much, or whether it's down to the fact that they have gone for a different kind of atmosphere. I suppose it really depends on who these people are. Maybe they are a different style of crew. Maybe they are not your casual sort of dock workers. Maybe they're students. Maybe they're something else. But I will say all of my immediate apprehension around that has been pushed aside because of the quality of the performance that I've seen within the trailer, never mind anything else, but also the way that it's stylized, the atmosphere that it's built, the cinematography, the soundscape, the entire sound design looks sensational. And the fact that the Xeno feels like a threat. The alien feels like a threat. As a point of perspective, the alien had become so little of a threat in my experience of it that when I played Alien Isolation, I jumped out and immediately shot at it, just being like, yeah, no, kill the alien, that's fine and dandy. Not realizing that you can't kill the alien in that game. And therefore, it was just like, oh God, suddenly, wake up call, I can't kill this thing. It's just going to hunt me. That was the first time in a long time that I felt like the xenomorph was a threat. This movie, or at least the trailer of this movie, feels the same. It feels like they have remade the alien into a threat. And that excites me. So yeah. Can't wait for that. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun... yeah, that's going to be a great one. And friends, if you don't already, you can find me on other social media platforms. As I previously mentioned, I was streaming live on Twitch literally just before I did this reaction video. You can also find me on TikTok, where I do a whole loads of whimsical facts about sex and bits and pieces. And you can find me on the old Instagram, where you get more random bits and pieces that I get up to, behind the scenes stuff and all that jazz. All right? I would love to know what you think about this. Especially if you are another person like me who has been really into the Alien franchise and has been through all of the different movies and the ups and downs that has come with. I would love, genuinely love to know whether you share my feelings about it or whether you don't. Whether you actually think, you know what, this isn't for you. And why? Please put it down in the comments. I genuinely mean that. I would love to have some of the conversations around that because this has excited me, you know? And of course, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love it if you press the little thumbs up and the little subscribe button if you haven't already. Come check us out, see what's going on in the wonderful world of thirst and vanity, excessive amounts of hedonistic endeavors, you know? That's all from me. Like I said, there won't be a video on Friday because I got too many things going on. This was just a spontaneous thing that I ended up doing because the trailer launched today. But I'll be back next week for more hedonistic endeavors, inevitably. All right? Until then, you beautiful beings, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Because if I wouldn't do it, I'll fucking kill you. All right?